What's up, guys? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Bluzelle. Now, Bluzelle's a low market cap, so it has potential in terms of gains. I don't like this as an investment, and the reason for it is that, well, I've seen some weird stuff with Bluzelle. In fact, I'll just explain this in this video because I know that there's a lot of people that FOMO into low cappers. So I'm just going to clarify why I think this is maybe not the best investment, shall we say. But before I get into that, I update the spreadsheet. If you're new to the channel, these are the first 26 coins that I spoke about on this channel. They're actually the first 26 coins I owned when I made the channel. Now, had you put in $100 into each of these coins when I released videos about them, and you were still holding all those cryptos, you've done everything wrong as an investor, and never sold them, never considered selling them, just rode them into a recession, you'd still, having done everything possible wrong, be in profit of around 7.9k. Now, I sold all these off last year, and if you had done the same, if you had sold all these off, you could have made from just 100 into each 123 grand from a total investment of 2,600. Crazy. Now, if you want to see the coins I own right now in my portfolio, you can go to copymycrypto.com. On that site, I share my entire portfolio. I let members know anytime I buy a coin. I let members know anytime I sell a coin. I've set up tutorials so that anyone that wants to get into crypto but doesn't know where to start can just crack on if they watch those videos. Same ones I send to friends and family. And guys, look, I've been in this market for 8 years. I've had the channel for a couple of years. You can see the history of success. You can see the fact that Phantom went up 677 times. So if you'd have put 2 grand in when I released the Udemy course about Phantom, you would have been a millionaire. Now, I will find another Phantom, but I won't do a Udemy course like last time. I'll go onto the site. I'll tell the members, this is a coin I believe can do 100x, like I said with Phantom. I'm putting this percentage of my portfolio into it, and people can copy along and try and basically make the same gains I do. So if you're interested, go read the site. And remember, everything on the site is verifiable because it's all on the YouTube history. The link is in the description. All right, Bluzelle. Currently priced at 6 cents. Did hit heights of like 50 cents in this past cycle, or 56 cents. Look, it has been around a long time. It's been around since effectively when the crash of 2018. Now, the premise is Bluzelle is a decentralized storage network for the creator economy. They deliver high security, unmatched availability, and is censorship resistant. So if you're an artist, musician, scientist, publisher, or developer, Bluzelle protects the intellectual property of all creators. Bluzelle has data storage, file storage, oracles, and more. And their core products are all related to data and powered by its Tendermint blockchain. What is good about Bluzelle is certainly they're strong with partnerships. Equinix is a massive company, NASDAQ $50 billion company. And they're also integrated with Cosmos and Polkadot and Polygon and Anchor. So again, they've got some really strong projects that they're with. They also have a network that can do 10,000 transactions per second. That's very, very good. That's a lot better throughput than what we're seeing in the majority of sort of blockchains out there. So again, that bodes well. Their aim is to have a network of like tens of thousands of nodes, and they basically want every device to become a node, from computer hard drives to video game consoles to mobile phones. And those who don't want to become a validator can delegate their tasks to another validator, ensuring everyone can be a part of the network and generate fees. So it's a nice concept. About 67% of the circulating supply is out, of the total supply is out. But Bluzelle have shifted their focus a couple of times over the course of its lifespan. they actually have been participating in a number of different, like they did participate in tons of different crypto launches. Every single one of the launches that Bluzelle were a part of failed dramatically. Like the cryptos that launched through Bluzelle effectively did terribly. They all did terribly. And that's something to be aware of. Like I noticed last year how bad all those coins that Bluzelle launched did. I mean, they were terrible. And that to me, because none of them had success. Like, other than the initial launches, they all then died a death. So that to me is a concern, because, whether or not they, or anyone wants to admit it, they either invested in bad projects or launched bad projects. So whether it's due diligence, I'm not confident on Bluzelle. That really is of concern. Now, one thing that they are doing is securing people's intellectual property through their chain. Now, that to me actually has a lot of value. Because one thing that has to be understood is right now, tech companies have too much power. They really do. Like, some people have built up an entire career on things like YouTube, or even Twitter. Even though I know Twitter, you can't necessarily get revenue, but people do sponsored advertising, or they do advertising on their Twitter if they've got a lot of followers. And these tech companies can literally shut your business down under some guise of, policy violation. And the fact that and the thing is content creators, artists, whatever, should theoretically own the stuff that they've done, even if it is on someone's platform. But effectively, those big tech companies actually own the content that's created. And we're going to probably end up seeing some shift over the course of time of content creators, artists, musicians, actors, whatever, shifting away from those big tech companies, because the way the ownership model works, the way that they can just demonetize you, deplatform you, is problematic. So Bluzelle's trying to deal with that, and that is actually really good. But we're so far away from any massive shift in content creators, moving to a sort of Web3 decentralized world. And that's another reason that while I acknowledge that they're actually doing something, they were trying to do something pretty damn important for a lot of people. And these people, these content creators, or whoever they are, these artists, are influencers. So if they start shifting over to Web3, leaving your Twitters or YouTubes or whatever, then the platforms that they arrive on will do well. The tokens that support those platforms will do well. But I don't think we're anywhere close to that yet. So that's something to bear in mind, because that goes against a sort of big focus of Bluzelle right now. They are also pushing for GameFi, so they are looking to release a lot of quality games over the course of the next year. Gamma 4 is a play-to-earn game developed by members, like veterans who've worked with Nintendo and EA and Ubisoft. And this is a Bluzelle based game, so we'll see how well this can feasibly do, because this could end up being something that kicks Bluzelle on, really could. But right now, I'm not enamored with what I'm seeing from Bluzelle. And like I said, what I saw last year, so many bad projects launching under the Bluzelle name, doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence. And when you actually look at it, Equinix, obviously that's the $50 billion company. And there's a couple good ones here. I actually rate Equilibrium quite highly, Polkadot obviously, and then it's integrated with some of the Polkadot ecosystem as well. Anchor I rate quite highly. So it's got some decent partnerships, but that's a very small, consider this. The ecosystem is effectively, 15 here, 19 things, right? 19 projects, 19 connections. It's been up and running since 2018. It's had 4 years, and it's only got 19 connections. So it's not moving fast. It's not, and I'm not saying fast is important, but it's got to be moving faster than effectively 5 new projects a year that they have a connection with, or or bring them, either they're bringing value to, or those projects are bringing value to Bluzelle. I think it's a way away from any significant gains because they're not showing evidence of growth, of pushing, for me. The big positives are, look, that throughput is awesome. I do think they've got a aspirational goal, which is good. The fact that they're working with a NASDAQ company, very, very good. The team themselves have worked in some big companies and have really strong experience. Again, that's good. Those 4 things, big positives. I just don't feel there's evidence that they've moved in the right direction fast enough. And with the negatives of all the projects that launched that were a pile of rubbish over the past year or so, that to me is a big negative. And also, look, there's no white paper. They have no active white paper at this point. So, I'm not, that's tech doc. Let's see if the tech doc's there. But that's just for developers. So, they have shifted, to be fair. They've gone really more GameFi centric now. So maybe, we'll see growth in the gaming sector. But if their focus is GameFi, then they need to grow because their gaming ecosystem's piss poor as well. So I'm not a fan right now. I would definitely want to see a lot of growth in gaming. If there's growth in gaming, they've got a shot of doing something. But right now, I think there's a lot better low-cap cryptos to look at. But I'd love to hear your perspective. Let me know in the comments down below. If you're a returning viewer, hit the subscribe button. It helps the channel. It means I can get more founders of projects in to interview. And my videos will make you money, so you do not want to miss them. So also hit the notification button. And guys, if you want to see the coins I own at this moment in time, go to copymycrypto.com. On the site, I share my portfolio. I give members real-time updates on whenever I buy a coin or sell a coin. The tutorials are up and running for the members. So anyone that's new to crypto can use those tutorials to learn how to use exchanges, whether they're DEXs or centralized exchanges. And there's a ton more stuff. And guys, look, I've been in the market for 8 years. The history of success is there. I'm the only YouTuber of the entire crypto scene that was talking about Phantom in 2020, saying this was going to be one of the biggest gainers. Genuinely, every other person seemed to miss it. I didn't. I will find another Phantom, and when I do, the members will be the ones that know about it. So if you want to make those kind of gains, you got to go read the site. The link is in the description, guys. Take it easy. Bye-bye.